030 meters, bearing 049.
045, Bob.
Boy.
049.
49.
Affirmative.
Yeah, one tether wrap.
So on the last shift, the topside crash,
Yeah.
so it was at plus a half. So we're actually at minus a half right now, I think, is what they were saying.
Okay.
All right, Al, let's zoom in.
So if they're a darker color, does that mean they've hatched, or is this a potentially different species that's laid these eggs?
This one is probably, it does seem very similar to the unbranched ones, although we were saying that it has slightly more dense polyps perhaps, but it's really tough to say, if there are two species or one.
All right, Al, let's come wide.
These unbranched versus branched nodes.
Yeah, this is definitely a steeper upslope again.
Yeah, we're moving up. And that ship move has begun.
Abby, do you think we should end with a transect, or do you think we should stay open for collecting?
I
Yeah,
don't know if we're going to have time for those.
Yeah, we don't have time for a transect.
Okay, excellent.
There we go. Decision made.
I think we've got about 20 minutes left on
20
the
minutes,
bottom.
that's correct.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Could we have a zoom on some of this, the grey, actually on these skate eggs that are attached to the sponge on the right?
On the right, yeah.
Because we are going to get some images to hopefully send someone, Joe Bizarro, who will likely have some thoughts on the ID.
All right, Al, let's zoom in.
It's like the slopes getting steeper.
We might not have long here. Is that enough of a zoom?
Yep, that's good. That's
All
great.
right,
Thank you.
let's come wide.
There are some older egg cases there below too. Makes you wonder if they've been laying them in the same site.
That'd be a skate nursery. That's one of those electroanculia sponges. I think it would be, if we see some more of that grey on the underside of the rocks too, we wanted to have a little look at that earlier to see if it might be a sponge or a tunicate.
Gray.
That gray?
Yes, yep. Good spot.
All right, Al, let's zoom in.
Are we interested in stopping here longer?
That's a sponge. Could we also zoom out? Because I think there was an
Yeah.
interesting sponge just to the right as well. There's like kind of the white one that's just behind the sponge with the sea star on it. Kind of like a,
2 o'clock.
it looks like
probably.
two blobs stuck together.
Is it this one kind of centered up now or higher up?
Just above the lasers right now for me.
Is that the sparkly sponge?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, that's not going to work. Hold on. Is that it? All right, let's zoom in.
Oh, that's a cool sponge.
Interesting texture. Well, we definitely haven't sampled anything like this on this dive.
The ship's holding position, so we're able
Is
to
this, could
take
we
a sample.
potentially take a sample? Yes, please. We see these globular sponges with this kind of texture on our AUV imagery.
Where's this going?
Let's come wide, Al.
We have one open sponge slot, and that's in D, starboard box.
Are we close
Unless you
enough
want to
here?
slurp a
Kind
bit.
of far away.
Yeah. Let me try to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, you should keep the basket like in reference. And then you,
Yeah.
kind of hard to fly when you can't
Can-
see where you're
Can we come all the way out, Al?
planting.
All the way out? Got it.
It is all the way up.
Got it. Thank you.
And where are we putting this?
We can go starboard D, or that's the only box we have left.
Okay.
Or we can go slurp. But I don't know if this is a slurpable.
I think this is probably a grab.
Zoom in on it.
And Steve, where did you say this was going?
Starboard D?
Okay.
I don't know if we'd have enough room for that rock, though.
Gotta be too big.
I think that'd be too big. Unless you want to put it in with a scoop. But I don't know if it'll close then.
I don't think it's that big. I mean, right?
I think in the
Those are-
bottom right
those
of
are
the screen.
lasers.
Oh,
So,
look at that.
so like 15 by 10. Not horribly huge.
Well, we can go to D, see how it looks, and if it won't go in D, we can just put it in F with the scoop.
We're bailing in a minute anyway.
Those are the only open slots we have left for sponges.
Ready?
Okay. Yep. So it was, you said D?
D, the furthest aft, yep, in
Oh,
side.
Really? I thought we
I
put
thought
something
we-
in there.
Yeah, I thought we put something in there last night.
Yeah.
In
I'm pretty
D,
sure
no.
that was the first container we put something in.
No, the first container we got was in A.
Maybe.
Well, it was actually in jar 1, but A was the first box we filled.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that
sure
looks-
about that. I mean,
Was it on our watch?
No, it was. If it was on our watch, I know I didn't fill D.
All right, so we're going in
All right.
F then, right? Oh,
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Oops, something's floating
Where's that
out
guy?
there.
That was an E, the one that floated away.
Okay, going in F.
Was there a sponge in E?
There was, but it was attached to a rock, so I'm wondering, hoping some is still there.
Which one was that one, Steve?
So this sample is 053 right now, but something floated out of E, which was a rock with a sponge we collected last night. I'm hoping that there's still a sizable fragment of sponge on there.
Do you have the sample number for
Yeah,
that
37,
particular one?
37.
37. Oh, that was a really big sample, so that was probably just a little piece of it.
okay.
Some of
Okay.
those egg cases look like a different species too.
What are we going to call that one?
I am calling this globular white demo sponge attached to a rock.
So before you call in the all right, are we
Yeah.
ready to keep going?
So actually there is a little asbestopluma and a kind of a leaf-like growth form that is just behind this big shaggy sponge here in front of us,
A little weight.
which we would also like to sample.
I think you need to zoom in and see it.
Right where the lasers are, Science?
That's
Yeah.
as far over as I can pan, so.
If you need better zoom on that, you're gonna have to reposition.
That's pretty good.
All right. Is this a slurp?
Yeah, I think this could be a slurp.
We can go jar 5 or 6.
I'll get it. You can set up to grab it. Or slurp it, whatever.
Who's all right? I think we're on 5 now. Oh, the current picked up. Can we come wide on the camera?
Al, come wide.
You might have to fight this shrimp for it.
I think the grip force was still at 3 too.
So Joe has come back with some info on the skate egg cases, and it does seem like the ones with the yellow edges might
Can
be
we zoom
rough-tailed
back in a little bit,
skate.
Al?
Unfortunately, we're all the way to the starboard zoom. Have to get it with that.
Have to kind of end up.
You ready?
Yep. Oh. Can we come wide, Al? I saw it go in the.
There it is.
All right.
Hey, there it is.
And that's 5-4.
Roger, 5-4.
Steve, are we out of space for sponges now?
We have, let's see. Well, we've still got box D on the starboard side, but things are floating out of there, so I probably suggest to maybe avoid that. But we have one jar 6 available also.
If we had a space road grab, then I would suggest this shaggy barrel sponge in front of us here. But I think this type of sponge has been getting stuck in the slurps. So
We can try and go in D, but you know, every time we open the starboard box, there's always a chance something could fall out.
yeah, flies out.
What are we grabbing? A barrel sponge right there?
A piece of that barrel sponge, but well, I also don't want to risk everything coming out of the starboard boxes. So thinking maybe leave it.
Alrighty, so no shaggy barrel sponge.
No shaggy barrel.
Okay, we have got about 3 minutes 3 to 5 minutes before we want to get off the seafloor. So is there anything else here that you want to take a closer look at?
Which way are we coming
I
around
think so.
here to do our thing?
I mean, we could slap some of the gray sponge.
Sure.
All right.
Try 6.
So,
Yeah, in the bottom left corner here.
mm-hmm.
Great.
It's something we've been seeing quite a lot of, so it would be useful to have an ID on the transects. They look very thin with a sort of veiny channel-like pattern on its surface. There's some species of Clathria.
There's
Ooh.
the skate.
Oh, hello. Rough-tail skate.
Oh.
Checking on its eggs.
And Abby, was there any sense that the darker eggs might be another species? They seem to be a different shape, almost like a shark egg case shape.
Yes. Yeah, so the suggestion was that the darker ones were cat shark eggs.
Okay, that makes sense.
And these ones with the yellow edges were the rough-tail skate that we're seeing right now.
That has just covered our sample. Excuse
Huh.
us.
It'll be covered in eggs.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
So Waldo's given us an ID on the shrimp that we've been looking at. Pandulus amplus. Thanks,
Oh,
Waldo.
I like that. That's very fun to say.
Mm.
Do you want to? Can you get over there?
Yeah.
Steve, I'm calling this thinly encrusting grey demo sponge 054.
Okay. This one is 5.5 now.
Oh, 55.
54 was the leafy.
All right. Let's get the.
Yes.
And for juice.
Just to confirm, 5.4 was the palmate asbestopluma?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. I think I got those numbers mixed up.
No, I was missing one somewhere along there too.
Eh.
I'm going to stop editing because I think
I'm
that's-
so sorry, Abby. I was doing the same thing. I was like, normally you can see it happen in real time, but I think there's still a little bit too much of a lag.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
we're gonna get anything this way.
Yeah.
There. Okay. I'm done. Hands off.
Okay. Let's come wide a little bit.
Everything's gone into the tube.
You turn off the flush to see if anything fell in.
Yeah, I don't think you got any of the sponge.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Kicking butt.
Just looking at this barrel, we've practically got a grab of it.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere we could put a piece of that?
I mean, we have to open the box, yeah, but I mean, we're not going to fit that whole
Mm.
thing, so we're going to have to
we
dissect
can,
it on the
we
seafloor.
can, what can we do? We can,
Are there any sponges you would consider doubling up on?
I would really, really rather not, because I know that whoever is doing the taxonomy afterwards will be cursing if they're not sure that the spicule came from one sponge or another. Could we maybe slurp a very small piece of it?
I mean,
we gotta
we didn't get.
decide pretty
Yeah,
soon
we've got
here.
3 minutes.
We're running
So-
out of time.
So yeah, if we did get any of that gray sponge in the jar,
Oh yeah.
can't see much, but yeah, we'd
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't think
reuse
we
that
did.
jar.
And the rock's kind of big to just grab.
No, too big to grab.
I mean, one option
Mm.
is just stick it on the front porch and hope it stays.
The rock?
No, the big barrel sponge.
Oh, yeah, well, we could
Oh yeah, carry it, cradle it.
grab it.
You want to cradle it?
We have to do
I
it with
mean-
Mongo, but we gotta hurry up. We gotta decide, because we got things to do
If
here.
you can do that, yes.
How are we grabbing this thing? Just
Just put it on the porch.
take the whole.
Yeah, just grab it, put it on the porch.
Yeah, no promises that it stays, but I guess we can try and do our best to.
Can you
Like-
grab the rock?
No, you've got a handful there. By the look
Got a
of it.
handful, yeah, but I'm like right in here. I don't have a lot of room to maneuver.
You want to just hold it in the jaw?
No, it's not gonna hold in that jaw. You gotta put it over on the porch. We're gonna have to grab it with Mongo, 'cause you can't really make that jaw stay very good. I guess it would. Yeah, what the heck. Just put it over there and keep the jaw closed. But if you turn on the arm again, it'll go.
Hopefully we don't need to take any midwater Niskins.
Is there any midwater Niskins?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Not anymore. Already,
Is that stowed? You know enough?
Yeah, that's good.
time to come up.
How many Niskins do we have left, out of curiosity?
We have 3 left.
And so I don't want to hit this blue button, right? Because that way when it resets, the jaw always opens. Like I just leave it like this.
Well, I mean, it's gonna, as long as it's closed and locked, then you can just shut it off here. Just do it. There, it's
Okay.
fine.
All right, ready to come off bottom?
Yeah. And which direction are we going here?
So you need to come positive half a wrap, which I think it's counterclockwise. No,
Well, I
Just-
gotta
just-
rotate Argus to the ship's heading, right?
yeah.
So
And ship's heading is 325.
and then you come around clockwise, right?
Oh.
Off bottom.
What does that end up with? That's a minus 0.5.
Which is what we want.
Give her the beans.
Do I need to drive forward still, or we're good?
Yeah, just drive ahead.
Oh, straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Just stretch it out, and then we can start coming up.
All right, tether looks straight. Now do I start coming up?
Yep. And then, so you can just give it full up, you know? And then
Full like
ease
that?
off on the forward.
Do we
Put
still
it
want
like
a little?
25%.
Yeah.
Full up. Yeah. And then get rid of
Z.
Z bias. Okay.
Oof, so that was sample 56.
That's correct.
The final barrel sponge. Thank you.
Right in the nick of
And
time.
I'm taking off auto
Oh.
head.
I mean, it's not the weirdest thing we've had in the arm on the way up.
That's true.
Those
Oh.
tube worms from the
You have to
Galapagos.
tell us.
Yeah, there was in the Galapagos there were some large tube worms that they just kind of grabbed a whole like brambly pile of and just wrapped
That's
them,
looking right.
both arms around them,
Yep.
and they were hanging off the vehicle.
Our,
There was blood everywhere
system
on the
state,
deck. Surface.
Ooh. Halloween bunch of flowers.
utility page.
Well, that was a very productive and exciting dive.
Yeah, those
Still going
corals were
slow.
Coming up with a
huge.
very impressive 0 Z bias. Wait, Z bias.
I cranked up the Z bias because.
Oh,
Sure.
no, just leave it in the stick lock.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to. Just give it full beans and 25% ahead and look in the stick lock.
Oh yeah, it was just the
Lisa Winnick, my co-lead for NA123, wants to extend her gratitude and a big thanks to everyone for
that
such a
right?
great dive.
Yeah, that's kind of concerning me here. Something's
Do I need to
amiss.
drop a plate?
Why are we like that? Like that, you were really struggling coming up that slope. Like,
Yeah.
What do we got for hydraulic pressure? Oh, I know what's wrong. No, it's on. Huh.
So what happened with our headings?
It's okay. It's just as long as we're stretched out, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, it will when we recover because we got to swing it around to the back. But at 300 meters, she's going to start driving ahead. So
Got it.
what's more concerning is that we're not coming up.
Do we pick up any big rocks?
No,
That'd be
not on purpose.
3 or 4 samples had rocks on them.
Huh.
Going a little faster, but still not very much.
Yeah, we're up to 11 now. 12, 13.
Not setting any records there. All right, well.
It's
Oh,
gotten a little bit
there we go.
better.
Yeah.
We're still, that's an hour of the surface.
Yeah. Which is
Tight.
very tight.
Well, when's our next launch?
Good question.
It's supposed to be around 4.
Can you look at Mongo?
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if I can get it there.
Thanks everyone who was joining us in the science chat. It was great to have you during this dive. We're at about 830 meters, and we're headed back to the surface after a really exciting and productive dive.
It's great to have that resource of scientists in the chat, especially when you have to make quick decisions.
Oh, definitely. Especially when you're not the author of the dive plan and you just want to make sure that you're getting the right, you're making the right decisions that best reflects the goals and objectives for the overall dive.
Is this a backup claw? Not a big predator arm.
I like
Looks
watching.
like we're about to drop a weight.
First, it was kind of like watching a cat try to push something off a table.
Oh, so I think that jelly is a solmissus, one of those dinner plate jellies.
Oh, we were going to not park this in its normal zone anyway, right?
Yeah?
There we go.
Zoom. Thanks.
How fast are we going now?
Means everyone gets to have lunch.
16 instead of 13.
Is that to compensate for all the rocks we've been picking up?
So now what you want us to do is to get back over in the position. So you want to keep driving all the way up, right? And then you want to give it pretty much full lateral. So I'm talking about here, right? Gonna go full up, give it pretty much full port lateral, and just a tiny bit of the head, like 12% or something. Yeah, right
like
in there.
this?
Give it that, and then, okay.
Cool. That way we'll swing back slowly.
Yeah, it should swing around.
And we're just doing lateral because we're at tether extent, so it's going to make it into a circle.
Yeah. It should pretty much follow the same line it did, but back the other direction.
Got it.
Is this the recovery heading we're going to be on?
We can, unless you would like a change.
Is the bridge happy with this heading?
I haven't talked about them yet. I suspect it will be. Are you happy with this heading?
I could be happy with other headings.
This
We're
is
not
how it's
into
going to
the
be,
sun,
huh?
so-
There is no sun right now.
Yeah, so we're okay. Okay.
Bridge is happy with this heading, so if you're happy with this
Everybody's
heading,
happy.
everybody's happy.
Could be
Big-
happier, but
Big happy bunch. Yeah, how are you, Paul?
I'm good.
Yeah?
You just good?
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
A little worried about why we don't have vertical though. What's happening?
Delta Argus is deep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, because we dumped the weight and we didn't speed up. Yeah. Right.
There's Mark getting ready.
I'll go down and find him at 500 meters.
Oh no,
he's out there already. Perfect. I'll still go down. Check in.
Illustrator's happy too.
Illustrator's happy. We can continue ascent. I have off comms.
So Di Waters on the science chat has said that the cat shark egg cases are file tail cat shark egg cases.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember seeing any during the dive, but we definitely saw lots of the rough tail skate, and those are the ones that were laying their cases with the yellow edges. Oh, there's a little red ctenophore, I think, a very small one.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
it's based on?
It's slow.
Yeah.
Are you saying that the ascent of the ROV is a little slow?
Can you repeat that a little bit louder?
Oh, I was just curious, is the ascent a little slow? Is that what you're commenting on?
Yeah.
Are we really heavy with rocks? Or I wasn't
No,
sure
we've
how many
actually,
rocks we collected.
we've sped up now. We're just trying to kind of swing around behind the ship to be in position for coming out of the water.
Got it. I could definitely see needing to drop weight if it's particularly geologically heavy with samples, but it's funny because my immediate thought is, well, corals and sponges aren't that heavy. But I know we collected some rocks attached to a few.
Yeah, not that many though. I mean,
No.
all right, what were you saying, Sam?
I was just talking to Al about video.
Oh.
Or about deck work, sorry.
We're gonna be right on time for lunch.
Yep. That's why I was getting worried.
No, I mean right at the start of lunch is when we're gonna.
Well, we still got to get on deck, right? We got 25 minutes of service.
I think that's
mean,
what he's saying is that
you control,
yeah.
Everybody's.
Yeah. Oh, you mean everyone will be up because of lunch? Yes.
Yeah.
you control the keys too, yeah.
the
Well,
keys.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, there, we have to be on deck by noon. Was that the rule?
Correct.
The
Yeah.
rule.
It's in the plan. Plan the dive, dive the plan.
I mean, because we got to be somewhere. Is the deal.
We got to be somewhere by 4, so that
Yeah.
we have a 4-hour
Yeah.
turnaround time.
That is a 4-hour turnaround, all right.
That is. All the math checks.
What kind of delicious snacks have you guys been partaking in on the ship?
Cheesecake.
Not potato chips.
Yeah.
We ran out.
Scarcity of
So-
potato chips.
There's always like
The last I
5
heard
different
was-
entrees or something.
Oh, yes, I recall. Fondly.
A lot of meat.
And the sweets. The last I heard was something about salted caramel cookies.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah.
Too good.
Yesterday was Sunday, so we had ice cream cones.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Well, they put it out too early, though.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream cone soup.
I think that's the hardest part that's been about leading dives from shore is having to make food for yourself and clean up after yourself. It's just, it takes so much more time when you're exhausted. So it is very nice to have the buffet option in the galley on the Nautilus.
Yeah, I save a lot on groceries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So are you guys going to do anything for Halloween? Because I know you'll still be on board.
We have some costumes aboard. Right, Sam?
Oh, good.
There are some costumes from previous equator crossing ceremonies. I don't know if anyone else brought things on board. Unfortunately, I'll be off by then. This will be off by then. Otherwise, yeah, I would have.
Okay.
Usually, it's a very fun
We're sort of a
event.
skeleton crew.
Hey.
That would be good. I like to play on words.
I don't know if the oncoming group is planning anything. I've heard some rumors, but ship rumors, of course.
There's only 4 in the ROV team on that.
Right, they're doing 8-hour ops, so small teams, 2 of everyone, and then a larger science team to process a lot of samples.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Things were changing slightly for the next leg.
Yeah, 11 folks getting off, 14 coming on, so big changes.
Like restart the whole
Yeah.
mass countdown.
Did it ever end? I think it just never ended.
Yeah.
I think I asked the watch before because I was on the 12 to 4. How did you guys spend time during your quarantine before boarding? Because I think everyone had to spend like 2 weeks quarantining, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
I was doing my normal job, so just on a lot of video calls, a lot of meetings. I'm normally communications manager for OET, so keeping up with that.
I was just doing a lot of my PhD researches remote right now, so cranking along with that and taking daily walks.
A lot of walks.
Oh, that's good. I can't imagine how many people's research for school and academia has been interrupted, so it's good to hear that you've been able to work on things.
Yeah, luckily kind of my 2 main projects were both in a stage where it was a lot of math and simulation, so I've been able to continue pretty much at normal pace kind of since March, so I'm really fortunate for that.
Bob, did you get to quarantine at home?
I've quarantined twice now. Yes, I've basically been in quarantine since March.
So,
either in quarantine or on the ship. So.
But at home?
Wow.
Well,
nice.
I did 2 weeks at home and 2 weeks in a hotel.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then I was on the ship the rest of the time.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there was 6 days I wasn't in quarantine, but I still was,
Yeah,
at
nothing to
home
do anyway. Yeah. All 6 days, wow.
Yeah.
Good vacation.
Yeah, and the list of winter work keeps getting longer and longer. Like rebuild Argus now.
A lot of off-season projects.
Yeah. I have the mapper.
What's
That's
the
a
mapper?
big job. It's a NOAA instrument. I gotta do the.
We're integrating the mappers now?
I'm redoing the mappers.
Are they getting hardwired in now?
Getting what? Hardwired?
Hardwired into the vehicles now? The mappers are like
They're going to be capable of being hardwired into the vehicle.
Okay.
I know what they
all
are.
New
Do you want to
all
explain
new
what
electronics.
Yeah.
Well, they're used to find hydrothermal vents. So they're
they are?
the temperature and turbidity and depth, pressure. Yeah.
What does mapper stand for?
And EH.
EH. What's
Yeah.
EH?
Or is it ORP? One of those, but they're tied together.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. Oxidation reduction potential.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to hear that because I've changed the batteries on those things so many times.
The new one's going to be nice then.
Yeah.
So they don't want to go to rechargeables, but it'll be capable of going to rechargeables. And then it has a USB port on it.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
the
you
biggest
you plug in the
sliced
bottle
bread.
and it'll look like a thumb drive and you just download it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's much better than having to work through those
Yeah.
binary,
that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, so it has
code.
on the bottle it has serial port and USB. So USB to download and in theory we could also charge the bottle. But
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Theories are nice.
So apparently mapper stands for Miniature Autonomous Plume Recorders.
Yes.
That's cool.
That's it.
That's it.
And it's a NOAA PMEL
yes.
device. Yeah. That's
Cool.
Erica from the science chat is saying methane sniffer.
a what sniffer?
Methane. So is it just seeps in general? Is that
Yeah, I guess it
what
can.
it's
Yeah.
calibrated to look for?
Well, any sort of reduced chemicals coming out of the earth.
And it also has the nephelometer on it, so you can see particulate plumes and whatnot.
A lot of jargon.
Yeah. But it'll also be kind of a universal instrument, so we can make other things with it, So that's another big advantage,
Do I need to drive forward a little bit more?
Well, if you look on the sonar, you're still 30 meters out.
Okay. All right.
So Bob, you'll be happy to know that I found the lock for the radio. So now you can't change channels accidentally when you go try to do volume.
Yeah.
And by you, I mean me. But it was so easy because if you just come over here at all, there's like 4 knobs that you can very easily. They're very sensitive. Anyway, the lock button's right here if you want to take it off. But.
Yeah. I have that very radio in my Jeep, so.
Yeah. Well, why wasn't it locked?
It's a nice radio.
Yeah.
Way more than you need in here. It's kind of.
But it feels pretty cool to use.